Hi everyone, it's Jennifer. So for our July practice, I kind of want to bring it back to basics for somatic work, and just really focusing in on how we learn to listen to our body before our mind tries to explain everything. So, like many people, I'm sure you have found yourself at some point in time experiencing something, whether that be with your partner or at work, some sort of conflict, and then you're left with this thought of like, why did that bother me so much, right? Maybe I'm just overreacting to the situation. And we go into this mode of overthinking. So, one of the things I often notice in the therapy room is that when something feels uncomfortable, we naturally try to answer those questions with our thinking mind. That's when we're replaying conversations, we're over analyzing everything that happened. Our mind is trying to search for an explanation that really makes sense to us. And now, while this insight is important, it isn't always where healing begins or where we fully understand what's going on. So, when someone has experienced trauma, chronic stress, difficult relationships, our nervous system responds before the thinking part of our brain has fully made sense of what happened. So, our nervous system is constantly scanning situations to understand, right? Is this a dangerous situation? Is this something I don't like? So that's why in somatic therapy and brain spotting, we begin with something called bottom up processing. So all bottom up processing is that it means that we begin with your present moment experience of what is happening in your body. So bottom up processing simply means that we begin with your present moment experience in the body before trying to explain or interpret with your thoughts. And it's not because our body always has the answer, but because it often has information that the thinking mind hasn't even fully explored yet. So when we begin listening to the body, instead of immediately trying to explain it away, we create an opportunity for the thinking brain and the emotional brain to begin to work together. That's our ideal spot. That's where we want to be. So, today in our practice, it's not about finding the right or correct answer. It's just about practicing a different way of listening to yourself. So, if you're comfortable, allow both feet to rest on the floor. We're going to take one slow breath in through our nostrils. Gently let it go with that exhale through your mouth. So, as we move through the body together, see if you can notice not only your body, but also your relationship to your body. How do you feel about it? Remember, there's nothing that you need to change. We're not looking for a right or correct answer. All we're doing today is simply gathering information. So, let's begin with your feet. Notice where they meet the floor. Take a few moments to just simply rest your attention here on your feet. Then I want you to begin to slowly move your attention into your lower legs. Notice what it's like to keep your attention here. Does it feel natural? Or does your mind quickly want to move somewhere else? There's no right or wrong experience. Remember, we're just gathering information. When you're ready, I want you to gently bring your awareness into your hips and your pelvis and take your time here. We often don't bring our awareness to this area. So simply allowing yourself to notice this part of the body without needing to understand or change anything. And then I want you to move your attention into your stomach. This is often a very activating part for many of my clients. So as you stay here, notice your experience. Does it feel easy to remain here? Do you still feel connected? Is it more difficult than areas that we focused on before? Maybe you might notice a little tightness here. Just remember that whatever your experience is, it's welcome. And then we're gently going to bring your awareness into your chest. And again, this is an area that can be very activating and tight and tense for people. So we're just going to simply notice what it's like to stay present with this part of yourself. If you are noticing tension or tightness, we're not trying to fix it or release it right now. We're not judging it. We're just noticing it. As we continue to move to these activating spots in our upper body, I want you to focus on your shoulders now. And again, just sit here and notice any tightness, tenseness, or maybe you're on the opposite end and you feel stillness here. So there's no wrong answer. Everybody's body is different. And then next I want to move up to our throat and our jaw. Many times we hold so much stress throughout the day in this area. And so again, we're not releasing it here. We're just noticing, gathering information. And just kind of slowly, gently move into the muscles around your eyes, up here in the forehead, even the back of the head, the back of the neck, and just spend some time here and see what you notice. And then just take a deep breath. And we're going to kind of like have a zoom out lens. I want you to just notice your body as a whole right now. And gently ask yourself, if my body could describe what it's experiencing right now, what words come to mind? And again, we're not looking for a perfect answer. Sometimes just finding that language to describe your experience can be so challenging in itself. So just noticing what words naturally come to your mind. Now, stay with those words for just a couple of moments. Again, not trying to change them, out trying to understand them. We're just simply allowing the body experience and the words that we are using to describe them to just be present. And then we're just going to ask ourselves a final question. What emotions are coming up when I sit with these feelings, these experiences in my body? And there's no need to force an answer here. We're just becoming curious of what our body is holding. All right, take a deep breath in. A nice long exhale through the mouth. And so, one of the things I hope you take away from today's practice is that healing doesn't always begin by finding the right answer, and sometimes it just begins by asking a different question. When we learn to slow down and listen to our bodies with curiosity instead of judgment, we begin rebuilding trust in ourselves and in our bodies, one small moment at a time. So if this practice felt difficult or unfamiliar, that's okay. Think about no one's ever taught you how to really experience and be present in your body. So just keep coming back to this exercise. And remember, you're not looking for a correct answer. We're just learning how to ask a different question and learn to experience our experiences in a different way. So I want to thank you for spending just a couple of minutes of your day with me, and I will see you all next month.